with another dope video. Headed to the ranch right now, y'all. Hey, I just want to say thank you first off to all my subscribers, my 47 of y'all. I'm almost at 50 subscribers. You know, it's been a long road. Nah, it ain't been that long. It's only been about a month. It's only been about a month since I started this journey of YouTube monetization, and we gonna keep grinding. We gonna keep going, y'all. You know, so like, subscribe, comment, and please share. If you like cowboy stuff, if you like seeing me doing all the crazy stuff with the kids at the ranch, and today what we gonna do, that dude look like Tupac. Man, I wish I could have showed you. Dude walking down the street looked like Tupac Shakur back in 95. Like, for real. He had the bald head, the mustache, the little chip. That's crazy. That is crazy. Rest in peace, Tupac, man, and all the fallen rappers out there. But on my way to the ranch, I figured I'd do a coping with cope, you know. And today's coping with cope, I want to discuss who my worst enemy is, man. You know, I had a conversation with my brother, man, you know, and I always talk about these conversations on here because we be having some real good, deep conversations. I actually just called him too. He said he's gonna call me back, so hopefully he doesn't call me back while I'm doing this coping with cope. But we was talking about just, you know, life and, you know, where we're at in life at our age and stuff like that. And I was just explaining to him that, you know, right now life, and not just because of our age and where we're at, but just life in general right now, is about just staying down, staying 10 toes down until you come up. Staying 10 toes down until you come up. Because if there's not a time in the world right now where you need to be focused, this is the time. This is for sure the time. It's so much going on. It's so many problems. Everybody just seems to be going through something. And not saying that it hasn't always been like that, but I'm more so talking monetarily. I'm talking about money-wise. You know, going back to what I was saying about our worst enemy. Our worst enemy is us, y'all. Our worst enemy is us. Sometimes we don't even realize that we are the number one person in our own way from getting where we want to go. See, we're human beings. We're emotional, right? We're emotional creatures. And a lot of times we let our emotions get in the way of our forward success. Either it just holds us back and we don't move forward, or we make decisions that can erase the work that we put in for a whole day, a whole week, a whole year, or even longer than that. You know? So it's important for us to realize when we get in those emotional states, when we get in our feelings, when we want to just try to do whatever to try to do whatever, you know, that means that that's the time for us to sit back and not do nothing. Just really be honest. Don't do anything. Now, of course, you got to do what you have to do, mandatory things, you know, whether that's going to work, taking care of the kids, going to the ranch, handling what you got to handle with the horses. But I've noticed that when I'm in my emotional state of being where I just feel like I need to just do something drastic to try to make some money, or to try to try to relieve some stress that usually ends up being my downfall. That usually ends up being a bad decision, or a decision that ends up not being beneficial at all. You know, the saying goes, you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And a lot of us actually have plans, but the thing about it is we don't stick to the plans. We don't stick to the plans. I follow a lot of successful people on social media. I watch a lot of successful YouTubers, and you know, I read books about success. And if it's one thing that I noticed that is consistent about everybody's bottom line, is their discipline and their consistency to stick to the plan. You know, one thing that I also noticed as well is that even the way that successful people planned on being successful isn't how it usually worked out for them, y'all. It usually didn't even work out for them that way. But see, when you stick to the plan that you are on to your success, that means that you open up and leave space for the opportunity for God to come in and actually do the work that needs to be done, that leads you to that goal, that leads you to your dream, you know? See, when I say we be in our own way, I mean, for example, if you got a plan, you're supposed to stick to it, and then you divert from the plan and go do something completely different. Now that ends up setting you back. Now, the next day you got to wake up and play catch up with however much time you set yourself back because you got in your own way. And what I mean by following the plan and sticking to it, and God putting these opportunities in front of you, if you would have stuck to that plan the day before, the week before, the month before, the year before, so on and so forth, when the opportunity presented itself, you could take full advantage of that opportunity because you stuck to that plan. But if you got to now go play catch up, the opportunity might be right there in front of your face, but you miss it. See, I used like an analogy talking to my brother when we were having this discussion, and I said, it's kind of like, you know, say you got an opportunity in front of you, such as, let's just say a meal. You got a big meal in front of you. You got a big meal in front of you, right? And see, let me just backtrack a little bit. We fast. That's one thing that I do, is I fast every Monday. I fast every quarter for 3 days, and one time a year at the beginning of the year, I fast for 7 days. And these are all water fasts, except for my Monday fast, which is a juice fast. Anyways, I use the analogy of that, where we fast, and we got to stick to the plan of fasting. But you want to eat. You want to eat so bad. You want to eat so bad, but you got to fast. You got to stick to the plan about fasting. The time and the opportunity to eat is going to come. But say, you say, you know what? One little cookie won't hurt. One little cookie won't hurt. So on your way to fasting, as you're fasting, you go ahead and just, slip in a little cookie. While you're eating this cookie, you're dropping crumbs. You're trying to pick the crumbs up. You're trying to pick this, trying to pick up all the little loose pieces of it. But then, because you're so focused on the crumbs of the cookie that you're not supposed to be eating in the first place, you missed the opportunity to finish the fast and have that excellent meal waiting for you at the end of it. You know, that meal at the end of any journey that you're on is going to taste just that much better than when you eat the meal knowing that you're supposed to be fasting. That didn't come out the way I wanted it to come out, I'll be honest with you guys. That didn't come out at all the way that I wanted it to come out. So, if you get what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. But boy, I don't know, that one didn't come out right at all. At all. But the point of what I'm getting at is you got to stick to the plan, man. You got to stick to the plan. Stick to the plan at hand, because the journey is always more important and more exciting than the destination. And that's in anything that you do. And you ever had, like, for example, you ever wanted something so bad, and then you got it, and then all of a sudden, all that excitement just goes out the door. You realize that it really isn't all what it was cracked up to be. But it's just the simple fact that you put in the time, energy, effort, and the work. That is the story. That's the exciting part. That's the part that you're gonna always remember. That's what gives you more confidence to keep going. That's what gives you the ability to keep your head up and know in your heart and in your mind that you're capable. That's what is the important aspect of any journey. It's the journey, guys. It's the journey. It's the journey. And the more that you appreciate the journey and not try to skip steps, the more you'll appreciate the end result, good, bad, or indifferent. Because in the journey, that's when you learn all your lessons. That's when you put in the work. That's when you gain the respect from others and for yourself. When you put in the work and then go through the journey and then get to the goal, that's when you realize that, man, I did that. You might have did it all by yourself, or you might have did it with the help of others. But it's a personal attaboy. It's a personal pat on your back. It's like you're giving yourself your own Scooby snack. And that thing tastes so good when you get to the end of the journey, knowing that you put your all into it, you did the best that you could, and can't nobody take that from you. See, people could take a lot of things from you. People could take your money away from you. People could take your house away from you, your car away from you. People could take your friends and your family away from you. But one thing that no one can take from you is your journey and what you learned from that journey. Because like they say, if you did it once, you could do it twice. If you did it twice, you could do it thrice. I know thrice isn't a word, but I guess. I know thrice isn't a word, but that's just the hard-boiled facts. You know, when you skip steps, you really don't know how you got there. You know, when you cut corners, you're really just cutting yourself short of the knowledge and the information that it took. Because nothing lasts forever. Everything is only for a season. And if you got to start all the way over, it's a lot easier to start over when you actually went the full length of the journey to get to where you had to go the first time. But if you got it handed to you, you cut corners, you skip steps. See, getting back in position again isn't going to be as easy, because those corners that you cut, they're not there no more. Those steps that you skipped, they're not there no more. And as you go on this journey in life, the more and more corners and the more steps that you skip become more of a detriment to you and your future self, because I don't care who you are, where you're from, or what you do. Everybody has a point in their life, or multiple points in their life, where they are required to start from the bottom. They are required to start from the bottom. And if you've done it before, then all you got to do is just tap back in to those memories of what it took, the mentality that you had, and what was required of you in that moment in the past to overcome whatever obstacle that is in front of you. You just got to tap into that same thing again. But if you never tapped into it the first time, I guarantee it's going to be a lot harder to tap into it later on down in the future. Later on down in the future, when you maybe don't have as much energy. Later on down in the future, when your health maybe isn't as good. Later on down in the future, when you might not have the same support system that you had before. Later on down in the future, when, you know, life might have just been a little bit more peaceful, a little easier for you. Later on down in the future is when all the work that you did in the past and that you do in the current, that's when it all matters, man. That's when it all matters. I'm 38. You guys celebrated the birthday with me. What are we at? The 27th of February, so still my birthday month. You know, you know, I'm 38 days old, like I said before. It's just one long day, baby. One long, beautiful day. So, I'm getting ready to pull up to the ranch right now. That was another coping with cope. Didn't really come out like I wanted it to come out. I almost turned the camera off on you guys, honestly, and wasn't even going to continue on, but you know, that's what I'm talking about. You know, sometimes you just got to keep pushing through the mistakes, or push through when you fumble, and just keep going. You know, my page isn't a pretty, you know, all professional cameras and scripted, and I don't have a bunch of money to show a whole bunch of exciting things. But that's not what my page is about. My page is about my journey and my day-to-day life out here as a cowboy, man. That's really what it's about. You know what I mean? And you know, the mistakes and the F-ups and all the things that a lot of people would take out or edit out because they don't want other individuals to see their flaws. You know, we all got flaws, man. We all got flaws, and the more that we embrace our flaws, the easier it will be to fix them. But if you try to act like your flaws don't exist, if you try to act like you're perfect, if you try to act like you know everything, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out by a long shot. So let's get over here to the ranch. I think I might saddle Zoda up today, actually. You know, I got a new tie down for her that I haven't used yet. I don't know if I'm gonna take her out of the ranch. Depends on how she does, but kind of feel like going for a ride on her today. So stay tuned, check me out, and see how that goes. All right, so I got the saddle on Zora. And then, so this is what a tie down is, guys. So this is the nose band here. Goes on the nose, right? Then this piece of leather connects to the nose band and then goes to the girth. It just helps them keep their neck down so that they have less control when they're less control and less balance, and it actually helps build up their hindquarters a lot as well. But the main reason why I do this is because with her neck tied down, she's less likely to throw her head and go crazy and do a bunch of stuff. So since I haven't ridden her in a while, I've always tied her neck down when I ride her though, just to be safe. But yeah, we're gonna throw this bad boy on her so my camera doesn't fall. There you go. All right, so we got the tie down on. Now we're just gonna do some lunging before we jump on it. spurs on real quick. Jump on it. Tied up on there for a second. See what she does. The guy was telling me that I should keep riding her. That it's good for the pregnancy. Yeah. back like we never left. I don't know if y'all heard me say it before, but I'm gonna say it again. We're living our dreams, baby. Are you? Okay, turn the camera on.